Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Programming and Artificial Intelligence. So we are learning Python programming and we have completed chapter 4, right? Today we will be learning chapter 5 loop control statement. Now what is a loop? If you see this flow chart, you can see that we are testing a condition, and until that condition is satisfied we are going back and doing it again. Okay, now let us see some examples here. So we will be learning loop. Now what is a loop? It is a way to perform a repeated task. Suppose I ask you to enter print your name, say John D. Do 10 times. What would you do? You can either use print this, then you will press 10 times something like this, and okay, if I say print your name 1000 times, how do you do that? This is not the way we would be typing, like this is not feasible. So we would take the help of a loop. Now let us say that we will use a loop here. Okay, let me take a cell, new cell. So we will take the help of this counter and we initialize it to 1, and now in the while loop we will check while this counter is less than or equals to 10. What would we do here? Print John Doe. Okay, then we have to increase this counter equals to counter plus 1. See carefully. Okay, so initially what it do, counter equals to 1, it checks while counter is less than or equal to 10. Yes, counter 1 is less than 10, it will print. Then it will increase the counter by 1, counter equal to counter plus 1, 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Then again it will check for if 2 is less than 10. Yes, then again print it and repeat it until the last one. Now after printing this 10, counter will be increased by 1, so counter will be 11. Is 11 less than 10? No. Is 11 equal to 10? No. Then you will come out of the loop, right? Now let us print this statement, run this statement. Okay, I forgot to include this one. Let me rerun it. Now you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10, you are getting 10 times. Similarly, if I tell you to print this counter instead of John Doe, you can very well do like counter equals to, put a comma here, counter. Okay, run it. Okay, I need to initialize it again. Now see, counter 1 to 10, right? So you will be using while loop to do a repetitive task like this. Okay, next is we can use for loop also. Let me show you how we can use a for loop here. Suppose I want to run 1 minute, let me clear the screen. For loop, this is the demo of for loop. Okay, so the same thing I want to achieve using for loop. So what would I do? I will write for, I will type says x in range. We will be using a range function 0 or 1 to 10. Okay, print x equals to, okay, then we can give this x. Now let us see what happened. Now you see we are getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so the range function takes one step, that is the total number minus 1. Its last subscript will be always minus less than the range. So if you want to print 10, you would have to make it 11. Okay, rerun again. Now you will get 10. Okay, so instead, now here in this for loop you need not increase the x value. It will, the for loop will take care of it. Okay, take care of it. Now there are certain interesting thing I will show you now for this for loop itself, right? Let me just go there. Let us take a word, say words equal, so let us take a list. I am showing you how you can loop through list apple. Okay, then mango, banana, orange. Okay, now let us run this. You want to print all this using a for loop. Then how would you do that? Say for anything, you can take I or W, anything. Say for W in WORDS words, right? Print, print. Suppose you want to print W, okay, and suppose you want to print the, okay, let us try this one, see what would happen. You are getting all this you know, this fruit's name. So you can very well loop through list also. Okay, now I want to discuss now the range functions. Okay, so the range is a built-in function and it is very useful. If you say range of 10, what would you get? Run this cell. From 0 to 10, you got its range, right? Similarly, if you say range, you can range also 5 to 10. So, okay. So what would you get? Run it. You would be getting from 5 to 10 there. Okay, so range function we have used in conjunction with this for loop above, right? For range in from starts from 1 to say 11. Okay, so this is the way you can use the for loops and the while loop. Okay, apart from that, we will now see how we can nest through the loop. Okay, so let us do one program. I will show you. Suppose write multiplication table from 1 to suppose 10. Okay, how can we do that? Now see, when you type something with this hash, it will be a comment. You can comment inside this code block also, no matter. Okay, and below you can write the code. So I will write for x in range of 1 to 11, right? Now see, I am showing you nested if this is an example example of any std nested LWOP. It means loop inside a loop. Within this for loop, I will be using another loop for y in okay, y in range of 1 comma 11. So what we will do now, print. Okay, so we will be using here a different syntax now. Percentage d, that I have already shown you, right? Percentage d into percentage d, 1 into 1 something like that. Okay, you will see these nice things, equals to, then after that here you will not issue any what is called comma, right? Write a percentage d. Okay, equals to percentage d. Okay, I did a mistake here. This will be after this. Okay, then we will write percentage and x, y, and x into y, so this x represent this location, this x will be this location, and this result will be x into y. Okay, so let us see the output. Now see, you are getting the result up to all the multiplication table from from 1 to 10. So here we have used this 2 for loop. Okay, so this is one example which you would try. This is in fact a good example. Okay, now let me show you another example. Loop means nested loop in a while loop. Okay, before that I remember one thing. While using this while loop, you have to take care of this counter. Now I will comment this counter, and if I run this program, since the counter is 1 and we are not incrementing here, you will see you will come into an infinite loop, and I have to interrupt this program because this loop will be running on and on and on. You have to take care of this. Run. Now see, you are getting this, it is in infinite loop. So if you goes into infinite loop, you go to kernel, then interrupt. Right now it is closed. See how many? At least 100 or 200 times it run, maybe 1000 times, I don't know. So let us now clear this cell, and I will rerun again, clear this cell. Okay, now run this cell again. Here I want to show you another shortcut. Counter equals to counter plus 1 we have written, right? So instead of that we can also write counter plus equals to 1. Okay, this is also same as counter equal to counter plus 1. It will show you 10. Okay, now let us go here at the bottom, and I want to show you an example of while, nested while loop. NESTED, nested while loop. So what would we doing here? Suppose you need suppose what would you do? Find a prime number, okay, within 30 integers. Suppose 30 integers from 1 to 30. Okay, let's do that. How can we do that here? We will be assigning, suppose, some variables. I equals to 2. Okay, then while I is less than or equals to 30, what would you do? You would assign j equals to 2. Now while this j, sorry, I think yeah, capital J. Okay, this should be small j. So while this j is less than or equal to I divided by this j. Okay, so if this condition is true, okay, then what would we do? If, again we will be checking if not of, and we will be use a modulus operator here, I modulus j. Okay, if this condition does not happen, then we say come out of it, break, right? Okay, then we go to the previous position of if, because we want to continue from there. J equals to j plus 1. Okay, so j equal to j plus 1. Okay, that's it, I think. Then we will say, we will check if say j is greater than I divided by j. Okay, if this condition is right, print what we will print, it's a prime, right? Say I is prime. Okay, then I equal to I plus 1, I equals to I plus, or you can say I plus equals to 1, as I showed you above, right? Okay, so out of the loop we can give a statement. Okay, good work. Okay, let's run it. Oh, good work. What is the good work I did? I forgot to put that I here, right? That's the good work I did. So what I do now, put I here. Now see which I is prime. 2 is a prime. Okay, or I should write in a meaningful way, right? This is not the meaningful way, so I would have done instead I, that number, then Okay, so here I would have pressed a comma. Now write again. So this is one example. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, right? So this is another example of using a loop inside loop or nested loop. So you can practice this example. Okay, I think that is the end of this chapter itself. Okay, thank you so much and keep learning. Okay, we will be covering functions